Before you dive into this, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered if there's a hidden truth locked deep within your body? A truth so powerful it could transform your entire existence. A secret that, when unlocked, connects you to something greater, something divine, Christ consciousness. What if I told you that within your very own body lies the key to this awakening, a key hidden in plain sight for centuries? It's not some abstract concept, but a tangible force coursing through you, waiting to be activated. What if this energy is already inside you, but you just haven't learned how to tap into it? The truth is, the Christ consciousness isn't something reserved for a select few. It's not a distant, unattainable state of being. It's a journey, a powerful internal process that begins in the deepest parts of your body, the pineal gland, your third eye. This isn't just about spiritual awakening, it's about reclaiming your divine birthright. As we delve into this sacred knowledge, you'll discover how the very essence of Christ lives within you, within every fiber of your being. You'll learn about the sacred fluid, the oil of Christ, that travels through your body, activating higher states of consciousness, bringing you closer to the divine energy you were always meant to embody. The Christ within you is not just a metaphor, it's real, and it's time to awaken it. In this video, you'll uncover the secrets of the pineal gland, the hidden knowledge of ancient civilizations, and how you can harness this energy to bring about spiritual transformation and enlightenment. We're going to unravel centuries of hidden wisdom and finally reveal the mysteries that have been concealed for too long. Are you ready to begin the most profound transformation of your life? Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn will challenge everything you thought you knew about yourself, your body, and your connection to the divine. You're about to discover the key to unlocking the Christ consciousness within you. And it starts now. Christ consciousness within you, the hidden temple. Imagine for a moment that the greatest secret ever known to humanity is not found in distant galaxies or ancient temples. It resides within you, in your very body. You are the temple of the divine, and hidden within this sacred space is the key to awakening Christ consciousness, an energy that transforms everything you touch, think, and believe. This energy, often referred to as the oil of Christ, flows through your veins, just waiting for you to realize it. When you begin to understand the immense power that lies dormant in your body, something remarkable happens. The seed of divine energy awakens, beginning its journey from the deepest part of your brain, the pineal gland, known as the seat of the soul. The pineal gland is where your spiritual power is stored, waiting to be activated. This is not just some abstract metaphor or philosophical idea. It is a reality, a living, breathing part of you. You might have heard it called the third eye or the seat of the soul. But what you may not know is that this small, powerful organ holds the key to your spiritual evolution. But what exactly is this oil of Christ? And why is it so important? It is the fluid of consciousness, a sacred secretion that moves throughout your body, nourishing not only your physical cells, but also your soul. When activated, it becomes the very substance that awakens your higher self, unlocking the divine knowledge and power you were born to embody. The oil starts in the claustrum, a place within the brain where the sacred fluid is first created. This fluid is not just physical, it's metaphysical, and it is what ancient traditions referred to as Christos. From there, it flows through the spinal cord, descending towards the sacral plexus, mirroring the descent of the divine into the human experience. The sacral plexus, the seat of our deepest desires, is where this oil begins its sacred transformation. As this oil travels downward, it passes through the heart of your being, the solar plexus known as Bethlehem. It is here, in this spiritual heart, where the seed of Christ is born once again. Every month, as the moon aligns with the position of the sun at the time of your birth, A germ, the seed of consciousness, awakens in the solar plexus. This seed represents Christ's birth in the heart, and just as the seed grows in the soil, so too does your connection to the divine grow within you. But this is only the beginning. The Christ oil doesn't just stay dormant in your solar plexus, it must ascend. The Christ consciousness must return to its origin in the midbrain to complete its transformative journey. As the oil ascends through your body, its frequency increases. This is where the real magic happens. The journey of the oil mirrors the journey of the divine soul, descending into matter, experiencing the world of the flesh, and then ascending again to reclaim its divine source. This is the path of salvation, the path that every human being is invited to walk. As the oil rises, it begins to merge the masculine and feminine energies within you, just as Joseph and Mary came together to give birth to Christ. The oil ascends through the spinal cord, passing through the Ida and Pingala nerves, the dual energies within you. These energies correspond to the positive electric charge of the pineal gland and the magnetic charge of the pituitary gland, symbolizing the union of opposites. Once the oil reaches the vagus nerve, it touches the brainstem, awakening the tree of life within you. The vagus nerve, which runs from the brainstem to various organs, is the pathway to the deepest wisdom hidden within your body. It's through this nerve that the Christ consciousness is fully activated, crossing the threshold of the optic thalamus and the pineal gland, your third eye, unlocking the divine power that resides within you. This is where the magic happens, the crucifixion. The moment when the oil reaches the highest point, at the optic thalamus, it crosses over into the light of God. Here, the Christ consciousness is fully awakened, transforming you into a being of divine power. This is the resurrection of your soul. The oil that once appeared dead, as it passed through the vagus nerve, now reawakens. It is no longer just a substance. It is your divine essence, restored and transformed. And when this process is complete, you will have spiritually transcended. You will no longer be bound by the limitations of the flesh, but will instead embody the divine light. This is not just an allegory. This is not just a story. This is the truth of who you are, waiting for you to wake up to it. The Christ consciousness is not just a myth. It is the blueprint of your soul. When you awaken this consciousness within you, you connect to the divine intelligence that has always existed, and you will begin to experience the world in an entirely new way. You will see beyond the veil, tapping into a deeper understanding of the universe and understanding your place within it. As you embark on this journey, remember, this is not something you can learn once and forget. This is a process, a daily practice of refining your inner energy, aligning your mind, body, and soul with the divine forces within you. This is the real work of spiritual awakening. In the coming steps, we will explore how you can begin this process of activation, how to preserve this sacred fluid and raise it to the higher realms of consciousness. You will learn the practices that keep this energy flowing and how to safeguard it from the distractions of the material world. You will be shown how to activate the Christ seed within you, just as the ancients did. But more than anything, this journey is about you. It's about awakening the Christ within yourself, the divine presence that resides in the deepest parts of your being, waiting for you to step into your true power. The Christ consciousness is not outside of you. It is you, and it is time for you to remember who you are. Through daily practices like meditation, breathwork, and the nourishment of your mind and body, you will learn to ascend to new heights, experiencing a level of peace, love, and joy that you never thought possible. This is the path of spiritual rebirth, and it's time for you to walk it. Are you ready to awaken your Christ consciousness? You were born for this. The time is now to step into your true power and experience the divine light within you. The Christ oil is ready to ascend within you. Are you ready to let it rise? The key is already in your hands. The sacred union of masculine and feminine energies within you. As the sacred fluid travels upward through your spinal cord, it passes through a series of energy centers, each one a portal of transformation. The journey is not just physical, it's a metaphysical dance of opposites coming together, harmonizing and rising. This is where the magic happens. The energy that began as a humble seed in your solar plexus, the Bethlehem of your soul, now begins its divine ascension. Here, in the very core of your being, the masculine and feminine energies merge, just as the divine energies of Joseph and Mary came together to birth Christ. The Ida and Pingala nerves, ancient symbols of these energies in the Hindu chakra system, serve as the pathways for this sacred flow. The Ida, linked with the pituitary gland, represents the nurturing, receptive force, the feminine aspect. It is the energy of intuition, of compassion, of the heart's deep wisdom. The Pingala, connected to the pineal gland, symbolizes the masculine force, the active, focused energy that carries the light of divine knowledge. As these two energies merge within you, something extraordinary occurs. You are no longer divided. You transcend the duality that has kept you trapped in the material world. The blending of these energies creates a spiritual synergy, a higher vibrational state where the Christ consciousness can begin its ascension in full power. You are no longer bound by the earthly constraints of gender or society's expectations. In this sacred union, you embody both the strength of the lion and the gentleness of the lamb. This is your divine birthright, the ability to balance and harness the full spectrum of energy within you. But this is more than just a mystical experience. It is the reclamation of your wholeness. As the oil rises, it brings with it the wisdom of the ages, the strength to break free from the chains of earthly desires, and the clarity to see the divine in everything. This journey within mirrors the journey without, the same struggle that Christ endured and ultimately triumphed over on his way to the cross. It is the crucifixion of the lower self and the birth of your higher, divine self. The crucifixion, the death of the old self. At the pinnacle of this journey, the oil reaches the optic thalamus and the pineal gland, what can only be described as the third eye, the gateway to spiritual enlightenment. This is where the crucifixion occurs, but not in the way you might expect. Here, the oil does not die, it transforms. Just as Christ underwent the ultimate death on the cross, so too does your lower consciousness surrender to the higher consciousness that now rises within you. The Christ within you is not a figure from the past, but a living, breathing truth that awakens every time you ascend these spiritual planes. The moment the oil crosses the vagus nerve, reaching the 33 vertebrae, the sacred number, symbolic of Christ's age, the soul undergoes its greatest transformation. This is where you die to the world of illusion and are reborn into divine truth. As the oil ascends, it reaches the optic thalamus, a region revered as the light of the world by the ancients. Here, in the heart of your brain, the light of divine understanding is activated. This is the resurrection, the rebirth of your soul, your consciousness, your very being. The Christ within you awakens fully, and for the first time you see clearly. You see with the eyes of God, through the lens of divine truth, and you are filled with an overwhelming peace that transcends all understanding. This is not some distant, unreachable ideal. This is you, right now. Every moment you spend nurturing this process, elevating your Christ consciousness, brings you closer to the divine light that resides within you. This awakening is not an event in the distant future. It is a living, breathing experience happening right now. And the more you allow this divine light to shine within you, the more you realize that you are already one with the divine. There is no separation, no distance between you and the Creator. you were always one. The transformative power of Christ Consciousness, a journey of divine rebirth. Now, as you enter this higher state of awareness, you begin to notice shifts in your life. You experience profound mental clarity, physical vitality, and emotional balance. This is not coincidence. This is the power of Christ Consciousness at work within you. As you ascend, your mind expands to higher dimensions of understanding. Your body, once limited by the constraints of time and space, now becomes a vehicle for divine expression. You become a vessel of light in a world that desperately needs it. The key to sustaining this transformation is in the preservation and elevation of the sacred fluid within you. The oil of Christ, this divine substance, is the life force that sustains not only your physical body, but your entire being. It is the very essence of who you are, the divine spark that ignites your soul and lights your path. But, as with any precious substance, it must be handled with care. Preserve the seed of Christ within you. Abstain from actions and habits that drain your vital energy. Live in alignment with your highest self. Practice meditation, engage in breathwork, and nourish your body with foods that support your divine nature. This is not about denying the pleasures of life, but about choosing the divine over the worldly, the eternal over the fleeting. This is about living with intention, with purpose, and with the divine understanding that every choice you make has the potential to either elevate you or diminish you. In this process, you will discover your true power, the power to heal, to love unconditionally, to manifest your divine purpose in the world. The Christ consciousness is the key to living a life of eternal peace, joy, and love. It is the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to the world around you. You have been given the tools to ascend, to rise above the limitations of the flesh, and to embody the divine essence of Christ. The oil of Christ is within you, and it is time for you to awaken it. This is not just a theory or a philosophy, it is a call to action, a call to transform your life from the inside out. This is your divine inheritance, your birthright. It is time to claim it. Your journey of transformation begins now. The Christ consciousness is alive within you. Are you ready to awaken it? The Ascension, elevating Christ consciousness. Within now, as the sacred oil ascends through your spine, reaching the very summit of your being, something remarkable occurs, a profound shift in consciousness. It is as if the very fabric of reality begins to bend, and you are no longer bound by the limitations of the physical world. This is the moment when Christ consciousness fully awakens within you. This transformation is not a sudden, isolated event. It is a process, an ascension that mirrors the life of Christ himself. From the depths of your lower nature, your animal desires, your fears, your doubts, rises a divine light, a radiance that transforms your mind, body, and spirit. Just as Christ's death on the cross was the ultimate sacrifice, your ascension represents a rebirth, a moving beyond the world of illusion into the truth of your divine nature. In this process, you are crucified, not in the literal sense, but in the spiritual. Your old self, the self tied to material pursuits, the self driven by ego, dies, and as it dies, your higher self is resurrected. The Christ within comes alive in a way that transcends all understanding. You are no longer the same person. You are new. The old has passed away, and the new has arrived. You are reborn in spirit, with the power of Christ alive within you. As the oil continues to rise, it illuminates the optic thalamus, activating the third eye, the seat of divine perception. Your understanding expands beyond the physical world, and you begin to see the world through the eyes of the divine. You are no longer limited by time, space, or material reality. You see the truth of all things. You see with clarity, wisdom, and compassion. The light of Christ floods your consciousness, and you understand what it means to be truly alive in the Spirit. This process of ascension is not just about spiritual awakening. It is about reclaiming your divine power. It is about stepping into the fullness of who you are meant to be. You were created to embody Christ consciousness. This is your birthright, your true nature. When you activate the Christ consciousness within you, you begin to live as an enlightened being, radiating love, peace, and joy into the world around you. You become a living testimony of the power of divine consciousness, but the ascension does not stop there. As the oil continues its journey, it touches the highest centers of your being, the pineal gland and optic thalamus, awakening you to your highest potential. This is where the magic happens. This is where the divine spark within you ignites, and you become a vessel for heavenly wisdom. This is the moment of transformation. The spiritual rebirth, a new life awaits you. Now, as the sacred fluid has risen and you have crossed the threshold of divine awareness, you begin to experience a spiritual rebirth like no other. The person you were before, bound by fear, doubt, and limitation, is no more. You are reborn in Christ. You now embody the fullness of the divine energy within you. This is not a metaphor or a distant hope. It is real. You are not waiting for a future transformation. It is happening now. The Christ consciousness is awakening within you right now as you read these words. And with this awakening comes a profound sense of peace, joy, and purpose that surpasses anything you have ever known. You begin to see the world through new eyes, the eyes of Christ, the eyes of love. As the Christ consciousness ascends, it activates the very cells of your body, awakening dormant potentials that you never knew existed. Your mind expands, your heart opens, and your entire being comes alive with the energy of divine love. This is the power of spiritual rebirth, a rebirth that heals your body, transforms your relationships, and changes the very fabric of your reality. But the journey does not end here. The Christ consciousness continues to rise, and with each ascension, you move closer to the divine. Your true nature, your divine self, is being revealed with every breath, every step you take. And as you continue to elevate this sacred fluid, you will experience greater levels of enlightenment and spiritual power. But what does this really mean for you in your daily life? It means that you are no longer a slave to the material world. You are no longer bound by the whims of fate or the pull of negative energy. You are the master of your own destiny, connected to the divine intelligence that guides all of creation. Your actions are no longer driven by fear or desire, but by love, wisdom, and divine guidance. This is your new life, one filled with divine purpose, peace, and unlimited potential. This is the true resurrection. Just as Christ rose from the dead, you rise from the limitations of your past and embrace the fullness of your divine inheritance. You are the living embodiment of Christ consciousness. In this new life, you will begin to see miracles unfold. Your relationships will be healed, your health restored, and your purpose in life made crystal clear. The Christ consciousness within you will illuminate every aspect of your being, and the world around you will reflect the beauty and peace that resides within. You are a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs it. The more you cultivate and elevate this energy within you, the more you will experience the divine presence in every moment. You will see the world not through the lens of fear, but through the eyes of love and compassion. You will become a channel for divine healing, not only for yourself, but for all those around you. And as you continue to walk this path, you will unlock the full potential of your soul, the divine plan that has been written for you since the beginning of time. You are on the path of spiritual enlightenment, of divine ascension, and there is no limit to the heights you can reach. The Christ consciousness is within you, and it is time to awaken it fully. The journey is just beginning. You've heard it said that we are all connected to the divine, but how often do we truly feel it? How often do we truly experience that connection? What if I told you that the power to awaken the divine within you is not some distant dream or lofty concept, but something that is already within your grasp, something you've been carrying within you all along? The divine spark, the Christ consciousness, the light of God. This isn't an abstract idea reserved for the few, the enlightened, or the saintly. It is within you, and it is waiting to be activated. You are more than just a body moving through the world. You are a vessel of divine energy, a living temple of God, and this sacred oil, this sacred essence, is coursing through your veins, waiting to ascend, to illuminate your consciousness, and to transform your life in ways you can't yet imagine. Do you feel the pull? Do you sense the truth of what I'm saying, deep in your soul, that you are not just meant to exist, you are meant to live, fully, divinely, and in constant communion with the source of all things? It's easy to forget who we truly are, to get lost in the noise of the world, in the chaos of daily life. But today is the day you reclaim your divine inheritance. Imagine that with every breath you take, you are inhaling the very essence of life itself. Imagine that with every thought you hold, you are invoking the power of the divine. Every heartbeat is a reminder that you are alive. You are a part of the divine symphony that moves through this world. But here's the thing. This power, this Christ consciousness, it's not just an idea, a lofty spiritual goal. It's a tangible force, and it's inside you right now, just waiting to be awakened. This is not about waiting for a future awakening. It's about awakening right now, in this very moment. It's about activating the divine energy that is already present within you, the energy that you've been born with. Do you ever feel like something's missing in your life, like you're searching for something but can't quite put your finger on it? That feeling is not an accident. It is the divine calling within you, urging you to awaken to the truth of who you are. You are not just a human being, you are a divine being, capable of extraordinary things. The Christ consciousness is not a distant dream, it is a present reality, and it's time for you to claim it, to embody it. The sacred fluid, the oil of Christ, is waiting to rise within you, to light up every cell of your being and to activate your full potential. This is the oil of wisdom, the oil that will guide you to the highest spiritual understanding and the highest version of yourself. This is not a metaphor, this is real, and it's happening inside of you right now, whether you realize it or not. But here's the secret. It won't happen on its own. The oil is there, waiting to rise, but you must choose to nurture it, to allow it to ascend. It's a process, a sacred process that requires intention, focus, and dedication. And it's a journey that will change you from the inside out. As you raise this energy within you, you will experience a profound transformation. You will see the world with new eyes. You will live with new purpose, with new clarity, and with new power. The journey isn't easy, but it is worth it. And in this journey, you will encounter challenges. You will face obstacles that will test your resolve. You will confront the old self, the ego, the fears that have kept you stuck. But as you rise, as the Christ consciousness ascends within you, you will find yourself transformed. The world around you will change, because you will change. But there is something else, the most beautiful part of this journey. You don't walk it alone. As you awaken to the Christ consciousness within, you awaken to the divine connection that binds all beings together. You are not separate from the world. You are one with it. You are one with the source of all creation, and through you, the divine light will flow out into the world, touching everyone you encounter. And as you walk this path, you will find yourself not only healing yourself but healing the world around you. You will be the light in the darkness, the beacon of hope, the living example of divine love. Your actions, your words, your very being will become a testimony to the power of Christ consciousness. Now, I want to ask you something. Are you ready to claim your birthright? Are you ready to activate the divine energy within you and step into the full power of who you were always meant to be? Because this is your time. This is your moment to rise, to awaken, and to embrace the life you were meant to live. If you feel the energy within you rising, if you feel the truth of what I'm saying deep in your soul, I invite you to take action. I invite you to make a choice today, right now, to step into your divine power, to awaken the Christ consciousness within you and begin your transformation. The journey is yours, and the time is now. If this video has brought value to your soul, if it has helped you to see the truth of who you are, or if it has ignited a spark of divine light within you, I ask you to share this energy with me. Like, subscribe, and share this video with those who need to hear this message. Your support, your energy, it means the world to me, and every little bit of energy you contribute helps me continue sharing these divine teachings with you. Every step you take on this path is a step towards your divine awakening, your spiritual ascension, and your rebirth in Christ. Thank you for joining me on this journey. And remember, the divine is already within you. It's time to activate it.